If you've ever wondered what to do with your ski poles while you're on the ski slopes or wondered why we even have them, then this video is for you. I'm going to talk about a couple simple things that we can think of when we're using our ski poles that can actually make all of skiing easier for us. And there'll be some good reminders here if you are a seasoned pro, but these will be particularly helpful if you're a newer to intermediate level skier and you're looking to tackle harder terrain with ease. We're going to start with the basics of how long they should be and how to hold them, but then we're going to get into the good stuff, which is the top mistakes I see with poles on the ski hill. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Alicia Williams. I am a ski coach and a fitness trainer from Southern Alberta, and you're in the wilder part of YouTube where we use strength and conditioning to have more fun for outdoor adventures of all kinds. I'm so stoked that you're here, and if you want to see more of this, then hit that subscribe button. Now we're going to get on snow to the good stuff in a minute, but let's just start by talking some pole basics. So to begin with, you want to select poles that are about the right length for you. And the standard way that this is done is if you go up on your tiptoes, you want the pole to help you form about a 90-degree angle at the elbow if you're on your tiptoes. As you become a more experienced skier, you might decide that you like slightly shorter or slightly taller poles, but too tall of a pole to start with is going to push us back and kind of get in the way, risk hitting the snow in front of us, which is scary. Too short of a pole can make us crouch down a little too low when we're on snow. Once we've done that, it's time to figure out our pole straps. So I like to come up through the bottom of the pole strap actually, and then grip the handle over top. Now there's other pole attachment systems if you happen to have a fancier pair of poles, but I find that this system gives me great control and allows me to take the pole strap off easily. So now that we know pole basics, let's talk about the top ways that these poles can mess up your skiing or some things to avoid on snow. The first mistake I often see is the pole plant and drop. And that's where a skier comes around the turn, they pole plant, and then that arm drops down, pulling their upper body across the hill, pulling their weight onto their inside ski or uphill ski and away from their downhill ski or outside ski, and then they repeat the whole process. A skier that does this is going to feel like they're not quick on their turns. They're locked into each turn. They can't turn when they want to. They have to bring their upper body all the way back around to turn the new direction. The way to counteract this is a drill sequence I like to call the pole basics, and I'm going to link to that video for you so you can check it out below after this one. The second mistake I see is skiers who drag their inside pole really hard on the snow. I actually had one friend tell me that she felt like it was her e-brake. It was her emergency brake so she could kind of slow herself down a little bit. And what happens with that is we end up with a lot of tension through the shoulder, through the trap, and we're not using our feet and our big muscles to slow ourselves down if we need to. A good cure for this is to focus on having that outside pole tip grace the snow as you come across the hill and before you pole plant. And speaking of pole plants, the third and final mistake I see with these poles is the giant pole plant. And this skier brings the pole up, plants it really hard into the snow to start their next turn. Now, pole plants are incredibly important for helping us with timing and with knowing what the snow conditions are like. But we want that pole plant to be a small move that comes from the wrist and the body moving forward, not from the whole arm moving, not with power going into the ground. There's some exceptions to that. I would say I put a lot more weight on my poles if I'm doing jump turns or skiing steeper terrain with very short turns, but I digress. If you find that you're really planting hard, I want you to settle down the arms and practice actually using that wrist to get the pole into a good position to plant. And I just found out today that most people who watch these videos aren't subscribed. So if you could just check right now and see if you are, and if you're not, please hit that subscription button. It really helps me on my end know that these videos are helping people. Now, I find the best way to talk about any of these habits is actually just to go through a really simple progression of some drills on snow. So right after this video, you should check out my video on my pole progression drills. And Honestly, it's 3 drills. You can try them out on your own the next time you're at the ski hill, and I promise they're gonna give you an amazing foundation to work from when it comes to skiing. So thank you so much for joining me today. I know this one was a little more technique focused and a little less fitness focused, but if you're looking to get in the best skiing shape of your life, you should check out our skier quiz that helps you identify what your strengths are physically on snow and what you could work on. And then look at our 8-week free ski program. You can work online with me. We talk about the trip you have coming up or the season you're looking forward to, and we help you get in your fittest shape so you can squeeze the most joy out of it. Never think about your body again when you're on the hill. I hope you have a wilder day, and we'll talk to you soon.